An unprecedented new consciousness is transforming the entire human species. A new world is being born. The old world is disintegrating. Both worlds now call to you. Do you want to live in gratitude, patience, contentment, and awe of the universe? Or in anger, worry, overwhelm, and despair? This podcast will help you choose joyfully and effectively. Welcome. Hello. I'm going to talk to you about the heart. And the heart is one of the most exciting, central, and fundamental things energies that you can encounter on the path to spiritual development. And you're on that path. That's the path to authentic power. The path to authentic power begins with multisensory perception. It begins with the expansion of your awareness beyond the limitations of the five senses. Or it begins with your reading something about that, or hearing words such as these and resonating with them and wanting to learn more and wanting to experience more. The path that you're on, spiritual growth, will take you very quickly into areas of your experience, multisensory perceptions that your intellect can't explain to you. In fact, that your intellect will dismiss as nonsense. For example, if you read something such as the soul exists outside of time, it doesn't exist in time, but that everything in the universe evolves, both of which are true, your intellect discards the whole thing, because your intellect is based only on the data that your five senses can provide it. And now, multisensory perception is taking you beyond the confines of those five senses. And this requires another way of understanding. It requires a higher order of logic and understanding than your intellect can provide. And that higher order of logic and understanding originates in the heart. Therefore, to create authentic power, as you become multisensory, and you are becoming multisensory, requires close attention to feelings. Feelings are energy currents that flow through you from the top of your head to the bottom of your trunk and back up again. And these feelings are important. They're important because they bring information to you, valuable information about yourself. If you're not aware of these currents of energy, if you're not aware of your emotions, you can't receive the information that they give you. And so they keep coming, each of them carrying information, and it's like letters stacking up in your mailbox. And if you keep ignoring your mailbox, then after a while the letters start to fall down onto the ground and build up on the ground, and before you know it, the pile of letters is taller than your mailbox. Well, that's what happens to most people in their lives. They keep having experiences, but they refuse to put their attention on those experiences because many of them are painful. But all of your feelings, that is, all of your emotions, are very important in the creation of authentic power, and that means in your spiritual development. Without awareness of your emotions, you can't distinguish within yourself that part of you that is personality and that part of you that is soul. I suggest that you read The Heart of the Soul, Emotional Awareness, which Linda Francis and I co-authored. It will show you how to become aware of your emotions in terms of physical sensations in your body in specific places such as your throat area and your chest area and your solar plexus area. This way, you'll always be able to know what your emotions are, what is flowing through you. I was going to say you'd be surprised at how many people are not aware of that, but I suspect you might not be surprised at all, because, like me, you might have been one of those people who is scarcely aware of your emotions, except those that are so painful you couldn't help but to experience them. Once you develop emotional awareness, you can begin to distinguish within yourself the things that are most important for you to know about yourself. And that means whether you are creating from love or whether you are creating from fear. Emotions come with intentions, and intentions create emotions. So therefore, awareness of emotions, awareness of feelings will bring you to an awareness of intentions. There are only just two, intentions in the Earth School that you can choose from. Now, that might seem improbable. You might say, well, I could have the intention to get a job, the intention to get married, the intention to get divorced, the intention to have children, the intention to buy a car, and they are countless. But beneath all of those intentions are more intentions. And beneath those intentions are more intentions. But the bedrock bottom, foundational, can't get any deeper down intentions are love and fear. And as you become emotionally aware and become aware of your intentions, then you can begin to distinguish when fear is an active energy in you. And when you act on it, you know that you're acting with an intention of fear. And you'll be able to be aware of when love is an active energy in you. And that when you act on love, you're creating very different consequences. All of this is central to the creation of authentic power, emotional awareness and responsible choice. Responsible choice of what? Responsible choice of intentions. If you're going to change your life, if you're going to grow spiritually, if you're going to be able to use the wonderful perceptions that are now beginning to occur in your life, either as a flood or as a trickle or as just flashes now and then, you'll need to be aware of your emotions. You'll need to be aware of your intentions. A responsible choice is a choice that creates consequences for which you're willing to assume responsibility. If you're willing to assume responsibility for creating pain and destruction, emotional pain, and maybe the destruction of your relationships, then acting in fear will create that. If that's not acceptable to you, and you intend to create different kinds of consequences, consequences that are healthy and grounded, that are meaningful and fulfilling, then you need to begin to choose your words and your deeds with the intention of love. The heart is involved in all of this. The heart is central to who you are and the understanding of who you are. Compassion is being moved to and by acts of the heart. Acts of the heart expand you. When you turn away from the heart, you contract. The heart is at the center of who you are. The heart is at the center, you might say, of what the universe is. The universe is alive, wise, and compassionate, and beginning to comprehend and appreciate the scope of that kind of awareness requires the heart. Join me next time to explore the epic transformation of human consciousness that is reshaping our species and your part in it. It may surprise you. I'm Gary Zukav.